I absolutely trust this to hold all of my knives very securely. Unbelievably impressed with this product. So highly recommend it, and just for fun to kind of show you the different things that can fit and just kind of go over the state of the collection, let's just hop through this real quick. What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brian, this is At Home EDC, and today I've got a video about a very important accessory, so to speak. So I started collecting high-end American-made knives back in late 2025, and the first thing I really needed was a place to store them. And I purchased this Nalpak 1300 21 knife case, and I've been incredibly impressed with it. And I'm also now out of space, so I purchased another one, which I have in this box. And I figured, because this is a new and unpopulated one, that now would be a good time to make a video of this. I am absolutely blown away by this case. I've got no reason to look elsewhere. So I'm gonna go over what this case can and can't do in terms of the size of knives that it can support. And we'll also just have some fun and do kind of a state of the collection of what is in this other case. Let's get into it. Okay, so this case starts off as a Pelican 1300 case. It has exterior dimensions of about 10 3/4 inches by about 9 3/4 inches by about 6 3/4 inches. You can see it has a really secure closure on the front, and it opens to what Nalpak does, which is create or provide a foam insert. So this comes in various colors. It comes in blue, green, gray, yellow, red, and orange. The first one I picked up, I chose green. I really liked it, but variety is the spice of life. So I went with orange this go around. And let me show you kind of how this works. So they basically take a Pelican 1300 and then they create two foam inserts that they pair together. So you can see they've kind of cut this to match the shape of the bottom of the box. It's got 21 slots, and between the two together, the slots have dimensions of 3/4 of an inch wide by 1.5 inches deep by 4 3/4 inches long. And the reason I'm making this video is actually because with the knives that I have, I was nervous that some of them just wouldn't fit based on the dimensions. For example, I have this Demco 80/20 compact, and it's right around 1 3/4 of an inch wide. So you can see there, 1 3/4 of an inch, but the slot is technically only 1.5. So does it fit? That was the question. And the answer is yes. There is kind of more tolerance and give in here than the slot at the top would suggest. So you can see that this knife, even though if you were to go by the hard tolerances, it shouldn't fit, in fact it does. And that's the reason I want to make this video, because I was wondering about this myself, and now I definitively know. So I really cannot recommend this case enough. It is so secure, so sturdy, so strong, and let's actually weigh it and kind of compare the two weights. So an empty version. Let me get it off this surface and see, put it on something hard real quick. Okay, so it's actually 3 pounds, 4.1 ounces for an empty case. And obviously you can imagine when you fill the case with knives, it gets a whole lot heavier. So filled with a whole bunch of knives, let's see how much this weighs. Okay, I'm at 10 pounds, 12.1 ounces here. So you can see it can hold a lot of weight. It is so sturdy. It's like a bowling ball, but I absolutely trust this to hold all of my knives very securely. Unbelievably impressed with this product. So highly recommend it, and just for fun to kind of show you the different things that can fit and just kind of go over the state of the collection, let's just hop through this real quick. So I've got an AD20 full-size Halloween edition. This has a 5-inch handle by about, not quite 1 3/4, but maybe 1 5/8. And you can see it fits there in that slot absolutely perfectly, like it was made specifically for that knife. We've got the Demko Shark Attack. Again, fits exceptionally well in there. The Heretic Cell Cotton Candy, super easy fit. Demko AD22. Fits with ease. The only issue here is being a little bit shorter at a kind of 4 3/8 handle length. You have to kind of fish it out a little bit. Thankfully, it's not so wide, so it does come out pretty easy. Demko AD20 Compact. Texture. Demko AD20 Compact Smooth. You'll see a theme here. This was actually very hard to get all of these, but Demko AD20 Compact Triple Aught Design, Blue Anodization. And I also have the bronze and the stonewash to round out the full collection. Shout out to Chris for helping me get this last one. Then we've got the custom compact. So this is a hand ground custom compact that you could only get at a blade show with a hollow grind, kind of like 3 times the price point of the other ones. The AD20 Slim Circuit Board. Strider SMF with a ghost blade and solid Lego block titanium handles. My favorite Strider to date, this heat colored Tanto. Unbelievable. This might be my favorite knife in the sense that if I had to let every single one go, what am I keeping? It might be this one. And then another collection here of my also favorite knife, the Demko AD20 Compact Sax. And I've got 3 of the 4 variants. So I've got the no slot, I've got the smooth with slot, and I've got the texture 2 width slot. So I'm missing the texture 1. And again, I mean, I like to collect these things, so that's kind of the point of at-home EDC. Don't at me about using them all. I use some knives. I've got no reason to need to use all of them. I just really enjoy the engineering and construction and design that goes into these. So it's kind of like collecting Pokemon cards, but in my opinion, a lot more fun. And this one just showed up. Absolutely love this one. I slept on this one at the initial drop. I almost feel like making a dedicated video for this knife because I love it. I'm so impressed by this. And that is the current state of the collection, which I think is very solid. The only thing that does not fit, you can see all of these things fit. Strider SMF, kind of the middle size, Strider SNG, all the different Demcos that are not the XL or XXX. The one knife I have that absolutely does not fit is this Strider XL, and it is just way, way too big. You know, maybe. Could I jam it? I might actually be able to force it in, but then I would definitely ruin that slot for any other knife going forward. I'd rather not do that. I'm perfectly fine letting this one sit out in a standalone larger case. That's all I've got for this one, so let me know what you think about this case in the comments. If there's any knife in here that you'd like to see a dedicated video for that I haven't made, let me know. That's all I've got for this one. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next one soon.